Hi darlings, this is Christina and today we're going to talk about something a little different. This is the UBeauty Super Tinted Hydrator. So if you're interested, just keep watching and let's get into it. So I'm not gonna lie, the reason I'm actually even interested in this product is from the lovely Allison Chase, who I'm sure if you follow me, you follow Allison. She is an inspiration to me. I've been watching her and following her for years and years now. She tries to combine the old and new, which is something that I aspire to do as well. So she's a favorite of mine. I definitely watch Allison on a regular basis, and she talked about this particular hydrator. And when she debuted this against the Les Beiges Water Fresh Tint, which is one of my favorite go-to like skin perfectors, I will put this on, powder, little concealer, run out of the house and do my errands on a regular day basis. Not when I'm at work, but typically when I'm running around. And when she showed this, her skin looked so good and so like moisturized, so I had to try it. Let me give you a little information about UBeauty. So UBeauty was founded by a woman named Tina Chin Craig. Her vision was to replace having an access of skincare regimen with singular products that achieve the beautiful results without being complicated. She does not have a background as a dermatologist that I could find. If you look at UBeauty's site, you can see real results, and I'll kind of show them here. And let's be honest, even dermatologist social media personalities hire chemists. So I don't think you need to be a dermatologist for your products to actually do their job, right? The key with this beauty line is that it has, and not even a beauty line, this is a skincare line. This is just one of their beauty products they've come out with. And it's the Siren capsules. And it has a specific proprietary ingredient that trap and neutralize free radicals, that loads the skin with collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid levels. This is made in Italy. It has a 12-month shelf life and has 30 milliliters of product. And I would say that's, well, it is. It's exactly the same as the Chanel Les Beiges. So I'm not going to just compare Les Beiges Water Fresh Tint because technically they're kind of two different products to me. This is more of like a moisturizing skin tint. So I'm going to show you against, yes, the Chanel Les Beiges, but also the SAIE Beauty. That's another skin tint that I have. So I'll show you in comparison those. But first, let me just show you the product. Now, I was surprised with how expensive this was. I believe this was like $100, maybe a little bit more, for a brand I had never heard of. I was like, okay, let me do some research on this first. And I was so curious about their skincare that I did pick up the Return Eye Concentrate, and I really do like the consistency of this. If you look, this is probably my favorite eye cream consistency thus far. It's very smooth, it's very rich, very hydrating. So I'm testing that out. I'm wearing it today. I've been putting it on in the morning and in the evening, and I just received this maybe a few days ago, so I'm not going to give any thoughts on that yet, but I needed to explain this because I feel like many people don't know about this. And if you see this, unless you're specifically coming here because you heard about it or, you know, something of that nature, someone reviewed it, you don't know what UBeauty is. I sure didn't. I had never heard of them before. But if you can see, I put one pump. Do you see how runny this is? This is very, almost, I would say, not quite, no, it is. It feels like a serum. It's a moisturizer, like they stated, but it is so smooth on the skin. Sometimes, honestly, I'll just use my hands. I have been doing that, but today I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to be good, and I'm going to use my favorite Shiseido brush. What I like about this, there's no fragrance that I can smell. It smells very much like, I shouldn't say there's no fragrance, but the fragrance I smell smells like something not spa-like, but like a fresh skincare smell. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very refreshing, but isn't smelling like fragrance per se. Now, the funny thing is their actual moisturizer is about $30 more. So I wasn't sure if this is actually like their moisturizer, just tinted, or it was a totally different product. And based on the fact that it is a little less expensive, I think it's a totally different product. So I'm not gonna replace my moisturizer for this product. But you see it gives very light coverage. Okay, it's barely coverage. This is not, I wouldn't even say this is a medium coverage. This is kind of like any other tinted moisturizer that you have. It's just going to give you a slight bit of coverage. It's going to smooth out the lines, hopefully. Give you a little coverage to your imperfections, like my dark spots and things like that. And that's about it. That's all you're going to get. This is not going to be like a foundation replacement. But I do really enjoy skin tints. I think I like them more than a full coverage foundation most times because I just don't want anything to feel too heavy. This feels very much like second skin. And if you feel it on your skin, it's a little bit tacky feeling, but not in a bad way. So what I've been doing when I wear this out, I will just use a little of my Mer powder, which I love this powder, I really do, but you know, this is very messy. Buffing brush, when I've been referring to wanting to try like a setting powder, because I definitely have my Dior finishing powder. I really love that one, but I don't have like a setting powder. And I was saying I want the Guerlain one, but oops, I forgot, guys, my bad. I should have done this first. So this is the Chanel SUBLIMAGE concealer. I'm just gonna put a little, and look, I'm almost done with this. Kind of, sort of. This is already too much, I can tell you. You need so little of this concealer, and I did way too much right now. But I meant to do this before I powdered. But the nice thing is with the Mer powder, even if I put this over top of the powder, it's not going to get all creasy on me. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I have been going back to the SUBLIMAGE a little bit. And the reason why I don't, once again, really talk about it or use it a lot is because it is so cumbersome. Now, if you're a person who does your makeup at home, or, you know, you have a special event, this is a great concealer. I still love this concealer. I think it's very flattering. I think it's very forgiving, and it doesn't do a lot of creasing, but it's just messy overall. You know, I think it came with a little stick to put your concealer on, but you know, between the way you have to put it on with your fingers and then, you know, storing it, it's just a little bit of a problematic concealer, especially if you do your makeup in the car. But other than that, I really do love the SUBLIMAGE concealer. Now I'm just going to use my Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin. So this is it, darlings. And what I can tell you is that this is a lot more hydrating than the Chanel. A lot more hydrating. I will say if you have oily skin, you may not like this because it is going to be very hydrating, very glowy, very moisturizing throughout the day. It is flexible, so I did choose, I didn't tell you that, I am so sorry. I did choose shade 5. I was back and forth between 5 and 6, and I decided on this one because technically these shades you can use, it flows between like maybe 2 or 3 shades lighter or darker, and since we are getting into the summer months, I will get darker, and I just wanted something that was going to be a little more flexible in that way. It is flexible, self-adjusting shade like a second skin, nourishing with deep, sustained hydration and skin fortifying ingredients for 48 hours. It does have that siren capsule technology I was telling you about to precisely deliver hydration. It's supposed to visibly improve texture, leaving the skin with a 3D moisture shield and dewy sheer finish. This has got some really great ingredients. The first things on the list are water, squalene, glycol, shea butter, a lot of oils, avocado oil. You know, it's just the list goes on, and they're things you can actually recognize as ingredients, and it's just great. and I have really enjoyed this. Okay, so this is 4.5 SAIE Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. It's the Slip Tint. So this is also a very nice, comfortable, lightweight feeling. Texture, it's a little darker, I think, than the other. I'm going to do one more pump. I think this may give you a slight bit more coverage based on how it's swatching here. But once again, these are skin tints. This is very hydrating and very dewy as well. And then we have the other. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're about the same. This is definitely thicker. It's got a thicker texture. And then we have the Chanel Les Beige. Oh, and I'm sorry, this was the color 5. And the Chanel, I wear medium deep. That's my perfect color. I can flow with medium, but medium deep is my favorite. So as you see, it's a little darker, and it's definitely more sheer-like. So Water Fresh Tint, UBeauty, SAIE. All three are nice in various ways. The UBeauty is probably the lightest of the shades that I have actually. And the SAIE Beauty, I told you, can make me extremely dewy. So I'm going to use the Chantecaille Cheek and Eye Shade in Ray. I was suckered by this packaging. I actually bought this, I think, last year, but this was a release from a few years ago. But I saw this, I went to a Chantecaille counter. I rarely go to the mall, but I happened to be in the mall and they still had one. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is giving me all the summer vibes. I don't even use it that much, quite frank. Not because I don't like it, but I think it's a little deeper than I like it for my bronzer. I think what I realize is I actually really like warm bronzers, golden bronzers. And I like it to have a little luminosity, which this definitely has. But as you see on my eyes, you see how like coolish it is. So that's why I don't think I've gotten a lot of use out of it. But I wanted to pull it out because I think it could be really pretty as an eye color. I want to do a little of that. And then we'll do the Guerlain Terracotta in Coral Clair. This is 02, the light coral shade. And I'm just going to pack it over top. Sometimes, you know, you need a quick little throw on my eye kind of look. And let me tell you, these blushes work just fabulously for that. My cheeks as well. And this is typically how I will go on my days that I'm running errands, like when I'm off work and I'm with my kids and I just want to, you know, look a little put together but don't want to put a whole lot of effort into it. Very nice. Just gives you a little more like an awake look without being too much. I'm going to use my spray. Then I love the YSL in 02 Brown. This is my favorite brown mascara. I love a brown mascara, and this is it, guys. And the nice thing about brown, it's very soft. It's not going to look very makeup-y. We'll use my beautiful Guerlain Honey Glow color. I already had this on, but I thought I'd give it a little more juice. Okay, so this is the completed look. I love it. I'm still testing it like I told you, and I'm still testing the eye concentrate, but I think this look is very nice. It's very easy peasy. Throw on your makeup and go. I don't know, darlings, tell me, have you heard of UBeauty? Are you interested in this type of hydrating moisturizer that has a tint to it? I love these, and I have to say I'm really loving this moisturizer. I also want to try it at work and see how it works throughout the day. But in the meantime, darlings, I hope you have a great day, a wonderful week, and I will catch you in the next one.